two mics. It's kind of embarrassing to be introduced like that. Thanks everybody for being here. I'm really, really excited about this. I think this announcement today, to me, it has two amazing qualities. One, I think it's the biggest advancement in consumer protection in the last 25 years in our industry. And when I go through this, I hope that becomes more clear. And secondly, I think this is going to help recognize hundreds of millions of dollars of value that exists in our business today. So I think we're going to be looking at a new land rush, a new gold rush in numismatics. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go through three parts. I'm going to kind of take you through the parameters of how this system works, what are the rules, how can you take advantage of it, and then I'm going to talk about the secure aspect of it, and then I'll finish up with the plus aspect. So I've got this cool remote control. Okay, so Secure Plus is going to be a completely new service. It's going to be used for grading raw coins or uncertified coins. It's going to be used for regrading and reholdering. That does mean if you have your coins in existing PCGS holders, you can send them through to be regraded in Secure Plus and have the same kind of guarantee that we have today. Your grade's not going to go down. You can get your coins reholdered in Secure Plus. Your grade's not going to go down. However, we will be looking at all those coins very, very carefully. And if we feel a warranty buyback is required, we're going to contact you and we're going to make you an offer. Crossover services will not be available for Secure Plus. Initially, Secure Plus is going to be available for ultra rarities and rarities, walkthroughs, shows in-house, express, and show gold. We're going to start with the higher value coins and work our way down, okay? The rarities and ultra rarity services will no longer be available with our standard submissions. So if you've got a coin valued at over $100,000, you have to submit it through PCGS Secure Plus. That's the only change in our standard service line. Other than that, everything remains exactly the same. So again, we have two completely independent lines. We have our standard line, which exists today, with the exception of rarities and ultra rarities, and we're going to have our new Secure Plus line. So PCGS partnered up with this nifty little company called CoinSecure Inc. And by the way, I'd like to introduce Richard Haddock right now. Richard's the president of CoinSecure. We've been working very, very closely with Richard for a couple of years now. And really what we've developed is some, I think, really cool technology. It's really groundbreaking. We'll get into it a little bit more, but what we're doing basically is we're creating a unique record for every coin. Those records are then going to be stored, I don't want to use the word permanently, but we plan on storing them for a long time in PCGS's database. And every time we get a PCGS secure submission in the future, we're going to compare it to the records that we have stored in our database. And we may find a match, we may find multiple matches, we may find no match. Whatever it is, we're going to know. So how does this work? Well, I'm not going to divulge everything about the technology, but it's essentially it's laser-based. The coin is put into a machine. There are multiple laser readings across the edge and surface of the coin. All those readings are then stored, or they're translated digitally, and they're stored in our database. It works because every coin at the micron level is unique. Every coin is like a snowflake. Every coin has a unique identity, and you can't change that identity. At the same time, we do all this laser reading. We're going to digitally photograph the coin, and all this information is going to be stored in our database. It's a lot of data, but disk is cheap, and you know, we're going to be storing a lot of records out there for a long, long time. We actually have multiple patents that are pending on this process. You know, it was quite a challenge because when we first started off, we had a concept of how could we recognize a coin. And there were a lot of challenges to figure out how can we recognize a coin, and then, well, how can we beat the system? Well, how can we correct for that? So it's this iterative process of building a system that's foolproof in terms of recognizing a particular coin. But there's another element of that, and that means it has to be scalable. I mean, at PCGS, we don't grade a coin a day, we grade thousands of coins a day. And so the system that we implement has to be scalable. It's an enterprise application. It's a high volume type function. And so we had to develop some extensive software. We've got customized solutions that integrate into our grading system that tie in these different devices. You know, we've got 16 of these little devices that tie into our systems. And in the devices itself, I mean, we did a lot of very unique things with Richard. I mean, we've got, unique laser designs. They're all programmable. We've got, as David said, we tested quite a few different materials. Just what can we put the coin on? And, I remember Steve Mir and I are literally in there rubbing proof gold, as hard as we could on the surface. And, we found something that doesn't mark the coin up one bit. So we've tried to develop a lot of really neat hardware features, firmware features, and software features to allow us to be 100% precise and accurate, but at the same time be scalable so we can do thousands of coins a day. So the process really is a three-step process. We call it registration, where we register the coin information. Then we have a matching process where we'll go out and research to see if we've seen that coin before. And then there's integration to our grading system. So here's just a quick snapshot of one of our guys working and actually registering, creating a digital record for a coin. We're doing that here, just so you know, we're offering that service. When we leave this room, this service will be available. As David mentioned, we've tested tens of thousands of coins. We actually have a couple of thousand coins live that are in our database right now. So we create this record, and again, our machines are all tied together with our grading system. And once the record is created, photographs taken, all the laser readings are taken, and so forth, that record is then registered. And if you can see on the screen, it says coin completed. And the way this works, actually, in our production line, is that we take it in an order at a time, and the system walks the operator through the entire order, telling him what coin to put on the machine, because after all, we know what's in every order. And when the order is complete, then that order is sent off to be matched.